Okay, hello everyone who is watching our YouTube live stream or the recording of this week's growth call. I'm Christoph Atteneder and I'm your host today. As always, I already posted the Google Hangout invitation link in the chat on the left, so you can join me here. Or if you just want to watch the live stream here on YouTube, feel free to post your comments and questions in the live chat, and I will try to monitor it as close as possible. If you do want to use Slack, today I will also try to monitor any questions and messages there as well. But yeah, be patient with me if I overlook it every now and then. So our growth calls, like the one today, are about everything that helps to grow the Bisq network. Bisq, if you don't know it, is the only true decentralized exchange out there, and the cryptocurrency fiat exchange out there. And if you're interested in more details, please have a look at the introduction video on Bisq, which I will link in the description below after the call. So today, I want to talk about our upcoming release, how you can access our market data and our localization efforts and new proposals. So I would say let's get right into it and switch to our upcoming release version 0.8.0. So you see it already on the numbers. We are slowly approaching our 1.0 release, which will be the final release with the DAO, including DAO. The current release is already in testing phase, so we did lots of testing today. We'll continue tomorrow and over the weekend, and it's quite packed with features. We have new payment methods like Hellcash included, which was requested a couple of times, not only in our feedback form, but also on GitHub. We'll have face-to-face trades for the first time, so you can meet in real life and trade fiat currencies with Bitcoin without the need of any payment account available, which I am really interested and curious how much it will be used in the end. We'll have also privacy features to improve the privacy if you have to trade with a payment method like bank transfer or SEPA. So we introduce a rounding of fiat amounts. So we just get rid of the decimal places, which makes it harder to find out that you're doing and match any trades on the banking side. So that's pretty cool. And we'll have new languages as well. So we will have Vietnamese completely translated in Bisq. We would have also Thai available as well, but unfortunately, we saw during testing that there are really weird rendering issues with the Thai characters. At some points, especially if we have long form content, out of sudden the characters start to break after each other. So if you are a Java developer and experienced with JavaFX and maybe already used the Thai language in your app, and you do know how to solve this problem, please contact us either on Slack, Twitter, GitHub, whatever. Also, what we included in this release is a warning for the user if arbitration is not available in the selected language in the client. So if you select, for example, Thai or Vietnamese, one of the new languages, you will see that arbitration in the case of a dispute will only be in English, so that there are no wrong expectations that people start trading, and then if there's a conflict and they need to somehow communicate a little bit in English, that's a problem. And there's one more feature which actually is hidden in this release, but for me personally, it's one of the most exciting ones, is that most of the DAO code was already merged into this release. So this is the code that when it's activated, will be used on testnet soon for our intense testing period there, and will also be then used in the production version as well. So that's quite exciting that this made it also in the new release. If everything goes fine with testing the next couple of days, then we expect the release to be on Monday. So fingers crossed that we'll publish the release on Monday, but it's looking really good. The next thing that I want to mention is our reporting sheet. You might have read it already or seen some charts that we had quite a spike in the first half of August, especially mainly because of trading volume within Monero. And we did post a couple of charts, and the question was asked if these charts are publicly available, where do we get the data from, and how easy is it to access this data? Actually, it's super easy, and for that I will quickly switch and to my screen and show you how this is done at the moment. So you should be able to see. Let me quickly check. Yeah, you should be able to see my browser window. So I will post a link to this sheet after the call as well. So this is our reporting sheet, which is based on our markets API. Maybe I will go there first. So if you go to markets.bisq.network, let's get rid of the API. Then you already have everything runs fine. Okay. Okay, I have to. Let's switch to Monero. Yeah, you see all the trading activity for a specific currency. You can also drill into more detail, and all this data that you're seeing here is also available just over an API. If you just enter /API, you have the documentation of how the REST calls look like, how you can implement them, how the response code looks, and if you want to use it, for example, you can do it as I did in this reporting sheet. So I do have. Let's go to. Yeah, I do have a sheet where I'm accessing. So I used a simple script to read the JSON into Google Spreadsheets, and I'm using, for example, to get all trading activity or trading volume from all time for Bitcoin as base currency. I can just use the market API URL, put there in volumes, set base currency Bitcoin. We did have different base currencies as well, like Litecoin, Dash, Doge coin, but actually mainly Bitcoin is used. So I just use Bitcoin, and I want to see it on a daily basis. And here I have just a caching flag. Why? Because Google Spreadsheet sometimes has some caching issues. Then I just get all the raw data, and the only thing what I did, I'm just crunching the data, formatting it, doing some basic basic plain calculations. And if you have the data, then you can do everything, anything you want. And for example, in our reporting sheet, on the first sheet is all about charts. So you can create charts showing Bitcoin volume compared to the US dollar trade amount, and you see here this big spike recently, which actually we have already, I think, about 1.8 million in trading volume this month, which is really cool. You can also do stuff like look at the number of trades all time, compare it with the Bitcoin US dollar exchange rate, which I accessed from Google Finance, and you see that the trading volume, the number of trades, slowly is increasing on the network. Of course, the Bitcoin price is very volatile, and it has a big influence on the US dollar volume. But the important part is the trading number of trades increases and the Bitcoin volume increases. We also have just below charts on the current month, where you see how many number of trades happened in, for example, in August. What was the volume in Bitcoin? What was the volume in US dollars? Sorry, that's just the 8th of August. And what's the total? What was the exchange rate for the value, for example? And the last chart you see here is the Bitcoin volume of all markets. And here it's quite obvious that most of our volume until in this month is coming from Monero. So just there was yesterday, it was the day before yesterday. We had 22 Bitcoin traded in the Monero market. So, and that outscales all the other markets as well. We do have lots of activity in the other markets as well, but the Monero market is so strong at the moment, so it dwarfs everything else. There's these two tabs I created more for myself. I wanted to do some calculation estimations. If Bisq would have been a company, and I want to see when a break even takes place. So what I mean with that, when the trading fees cover the compensation of the contributors on any given month. So you can look at that. You can also look at the trading fee, how it's created and how it's estimated. This is just what you saw in the first chart, the current month trading. What I find most interesting is the trade volume by month sheet. So there, on the one hand side, of course, we have general information like, okay, for example, in August, we have traded, there was more than 270 Bitcoin traded on the Bisq network. If we calculate it in US dollars at the given rate, it's around 1.8 million. And it was nearly 600 trades in total. There I just have added some increase and decrease numbers to see if we have a good month or a bad month, but that's just for the total numbers. If you go more to the right, we see the daily average US dollar volume, and here we see how crazy it changed compared to last month with 16,000 US dollars, and now we have 116,000 US dollars. So that's quite a huge increase. But also on the daily average trades, we saw a huge increase, and here in the end, it's just, of course, it's not super accurate, as it gets more and more accurate the more closer we get to the end of the month. It's a kind of a prediction how the volume could look like if the trading continues like it did in the beginning of, so until the point where you look at this sheet. So we might even see more than 3 million this month, but that's mainly dependent on how the Monero market continues to pick up, and of course how much you trade on Bisq. Just right below, we have just some general charts. This is the chart that we are sharing also in the, I think it's in the white paper as well. So we are nearly touching our prediction, our trend line. So yeah, if everything goes fine, we will cross it as well. Yeah. Let me give you just one more example on the Markets API. Yeah, all trades. Here, it looks quite similar like what you saw before. So we just need take the Bisq network market API URL, put in we want to have all trades in all markets, and I just used timestamp for this month, and I'm limiting it as I think it's not possible to do it without limiting, but yeah, just if you take a huge limit like 2000, it should be fine at the moment. If trading volume increases, of course you have to adapt that. So then you get just this raw dump of information, and you can create the charts that we saw before, and that's how you can work with the markets API. And also, what I wanted to mention is that if you're interested in the markets API and you're a developer, the role for the markets API maintainer is still open. You can find the project on GitHub in the Bisq network domain under Bisq markets. And yeah, it's written in PHP, so that would be a good skill if you can code PHP. And yeah, if you're interested, contact us. If you're interested to crunch the markets data and you have any questions, also just ask us in the Slack channel or on GitHub, on GitHub or on Twitter, and we're happy to help. So I will stop sharing my screen now and look back to my notes. The next thing I wanted to mention is our localization efforts. So I mentioned already that we will have Vietnamese as a new language, but we also have Thai and Persian nearly ready to be released. We're just waiting for an additional review for Persian and Thai. The only issue that we have is this rendering issue. So again, if you're a developer and you're familiar with using the Thai language in Java applications, please contact us to solve this strange problem. Also, I wanted to mention that we'll have a video call this Sunday on the valuation and requirements for translators and reviewers, as it came up on our last voting round, that we haven't defined yet. When is a translation up for compensation? Do we want to value all languages the same? What's the requirement that the language gets included? And so there were a couple of questions, and we'll have a call to discuss these points, not only on GitHub but also in a Hangout, and so we can decide how we want to do it for the next voting round. So the people who put lots of effort in translating the Bisq client at the moment also get compensated in a good way. So then the next point on my list is we always have we do have the concept of proposals. So if you have a huge idea where you think, yeah, it should be added to the Bisq network, and then the first point would be, of course, to discuss it in Slack. And if it gets some good feedback, the next step would be to create a proposal where this is more properly defined and can be discussed and voted if it gets consensus. And there's one proposal I wanted to quickly mention. I will share my screen once again. It's a listing fee proposal. So we do get lots of we do add lots of new coins in every release, and it's quite easy actually to do so for if you have some developer skills. The only problem we have is that it creates more and more development effort on our side as well to support the listing of these different coins, also to handle the communication. So we have a current discussion. So the idea came up if we want to add a kind of a fee that compensates for these efforts. And that's the proposal I wanted to mention, which was created by Harry McFinn. So please, if you're interested and want to tell us your opinion on that, please go to GitHub. I will also post a link in the description below. And let's discuss if it's a good idea, bad idea, and if it gets consensus, then it might be already implemented next month for the next release. So I think, no, I have one more point in my list, and then we can go into any questions which might came up from your side. Sorry, I missed the chat for now. Thanks for the like. So I will quickly stop. No, I will not stop screen sharing, because what I wanted to mention is we have great new marketing activity, like the liquidity weeks we had before. We want to run a Bisq September market kickstart day. So it's kind of similar what we did with the liquidity week, but it's just for one day. So we try to get as many people together and to create a huge amount of offers at the same time for one day, and try to market that. So people who want to try out Bisq for the first time have in all their local currencies or coins offers available to be taken, so that the first time experience is easier. And I think it's also good fun to do this kind of activity. So 15 people already are participating. So, but we're still looking for participants. The more the better. So if you're interested, please let us know either here by giving us a thumbs up, or writing in the growth channel that you're interested. So we can somehow coordinate a little bit the efforts. But in general, there's not so much to be coordinated. On September 20th, you just start up your Bisq client and put up a buy and a sell offer, and try to keep it up as long as possible for the whole day. And everyone who participates will be also rewarded with 10 BSQ dollars. Tokens, sorry, not dollars. So I will switch back and to my screen. So are there any questions from you who are watching us live? I will just give you a couple of minutes or seconds, how long it will take. Let me quickly check if I have anything else on my list. No. So from my side, I'm quite excited on the new release. We'll continue testing tomorrow and today. So stay tuned for Monday. And if you're interested and to help to support Bisq by translating or reviewing existing translations, then please join us this Sunday. You can find the link to the Hangout in our event calendar, or you can also join us on Slack in the TransFX channel, where I will also post the Google Hangout invitation link. So if there are questions, just thumbs up. That's good. So thanks for watching, and see you again next Thursday. Yeah, we are also quite excited on the face-to-face payment methods, how it will look like. Yeah, it looks in testing, it looks really great, and I will try it myself for sure. But yeah, let's see how it goes, and if it's really successful. I forgot another feature which is super exciting for this release. We'll have the mobile integration. So there will be a mobile notification app for Android and iOS for Bisq, which you can pair with your Bisq instance. So you get notifications on your trade. So if a trade is taken, you can create market alerts if for your payment methods new buy or sell offers are available in a certain price range. You can get price alerts as well. So, and what I want to mention is on face-to-face trades, if it's used a lot, then we might do a tighter integration in the mobile app. So you maybe not even need to carry your laptop to the meeting. Just maybe you can just take your mobile phone and instruct your remote Bisq client from your mobile phone and transfer the Bisq, the Bitcoin volume. Okay, so thanks for watching. See you again next Thursday, and stay tuned for our release on Monday. Bye.